What is up, and welcome to Into the Smoke, America's best source of Counter-Strike competitive information. That's probably not true, because today we have Pat, Davis, CJ, and myself. We're going to be talking about all things Counter-Strike with the Blast Bounty. Today, we're going to be starting off with a little bit of excitement. But before we get into that, what'd you do over the weekend, Pat?
I think we already know what I did over the weekend. I played Tarkov, ladies and gentlemen.
You played a little Counter-Strike? Because I played one with you.
I did play some Counter-Strike, and I
You
lost.
guys win?
I lost a lot.
No.
Oh.
The one game I played, our teammate instantly left round one, and we lost. It was on Nuke, 5v4.
No 15K for the end of this season for me.
That's so sad. I'm sorry. When does it reset?
Today.
Today.
Yeah, a couple hours.
I got to win a game because I got to get my rank back.
Well, I guess.
To get your reward.
Good luck. We can do it after this.
Yeah, if you're watching this, it's already over, so I'm sorry. But hey, we'll know if the Anubis updates are real. We're still trying to figure that out. We don't know if the map's getting redone. We will know that by the time this is out, so you already know, but we don't.
Dylan, what did you do over the weekend? They want to hear. They want to know.
I played a real bad game. It's called Hightail. I don't recommend it. It's a
He loves it. It's all he
It's
talked
his
about.
favorite game.
We're hanging out with squirrels. It's adorable. It's great.
Bunch of mobs in that
Bunch
game.
of mobs. You know,
Yeah.
been making portals.
Is this a mobile game?
It should be.
No.
It should be. I was like,
Minecraft,
it sounds like a...
It's Minecraft, but
It's just
a little more.
Minecraft too. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Counter-Strike, I'm just waiting until next season. I went on a generational losing spree. I think I'm well lower than you at this point.
Oh, really? Wow. I haven't played in a while.
It's been
So.
bad. It's
Once
been
the
bad.
faction is in Hightail, though, I'm there.
Hey,
there
maybe we
you go.
convert and this whole thing gets swapped up. The first thing we're going to talk about, though, is this is going to be a section called Hot or Cold, okay? We're going to be going into hot or cold takes based among some trending elements in the Counter-Strike world. The first one we're going to have is Premier Mode. Is it an upgrade? On the hot side, it's good, or cold of it's absolutely not an upgrade from competitive and go? Davis, kick us off.
I'm going to go cold because I don't think it's really... I kind of like the badges from the old rank system, and I don't think it's like that much better than the old competitive system, so I'm going to give it cold for that reason. I don't think it's bad because it still gives you like a competitive field to play in, and I guess it's cool to have like no one ever played casual back in the old days, so you had people that would just play ranked just to play ranked, and they would like kind of troll in it a little bit now. So I think the competitive mode now kind of gives that middle ground between casual and Premier, so that's good, but I don't think that Premier is that much better than competitive for me to say it's hot.
What you see, Jeff?
I mean, we only play this when like we're just grinding on an account to get it to rank, right? Like whether it's somebody new that we know.
Oh, like regular competitive.
Yeah, and so like and that's the question, right? If like, I don't know. It's kind of, I like it because it makes Premier something to go achieve. So you have to play in this in order to get to Premier, and that's cool. I think for new players. What are you?
I'm not doing anything, man. Just continue your story, man. I'm just sitting here, dude. Just waiting.
Sorry, the desk is a distracting place to be. But other than that, I don't know. It's kind of whatever to me. It's not hot or cold. It just exists and it's there.
It's water.
It's
not
water.
even
It's just water.
Pat, you boiling this?
water.
You freezing it and throwing it
It's
out back?
water. Nah, for me, it's going to be hot just because I personally like the map selection. That's the biggest thing for me.
Same.
Before, it was just kind of select the maps, RNG, or you just play a specific map. But I do miss the badges, though. I thought the badges were really cool. But I do like for Premier that you do know how much rank you're getting. You do know when you're going to rank up. As before, it was like, well, I've won like 4 in a row, and I'm still golden over 4. Like, this next one, this has to be my rank up game. And so it just adds that. The map thing's the biggest part. The ranking system, like, I don't know. Numbers compared to badges, it's here or there
6
for
or
me.
7 types.
Yeah, 6, 7.
Yeah, for me, I think it's a little bit on the hot side. Not because I think it's perfect, but because I think it's better than what the competitive used to be. I mean, grinding back in the day for us, which we're trying to be DMG or a little bit higher, now it's like the number piece feels good. I still think to some degrees it's lateral, though. Like the pick band's really nice. I think the rewards could be better. But then also it's like, dude, if Davis drops 50 in this map, he should not get the same points as I should, who went, I don't know, negative 20. But that's the reality of how it is. I do like that it is team-based, but I think like you should be able to overperform or underperform and like get some type of bonus or something, because it feels wrong at times that some people are weighing down others.
I agree with that. I also think the map thing's a big shout out to. I kind of forgot about the map thing. The pick ban, that's like super S tier in my opinion. Because it used to be like you were kind of forced into playing like certain maps because the timer would be like estimated wait on dust like 1 minute. If you wanted to play overpass, it's like 5 minutes. So it's like, well, I guess I'm just going to queue up dust and play a game.
You select them all, and then when you play the map, you unselect that one, and then you go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
unless it's dust too, there never gets
And
eliminated.
then you're consistently waiting longer and longer to play your game each time as you get to the more unpopular maps.
That is true. The next one we want to hop into, so general consensus is that it's 50-50 on that one. The next one, though, I have a good feeling it's going to be blazing hot. It is the AWP is, in fact, overpowered. People have been complaining about it more so recently. It hasn't been nerfed since the great Kenny S did it, I don't know, probably 10 years ago at this point. Do we think that the boomstick is just too powerful? Pat, I know it's your favorite weapon. Just go and kick us off here.
I think I definitely do. But when I'm sitting here thinking about it, like, what can you do? What do we do to it? Do we lower the price and make it not one shot unless it's like a certain level above, like chest or higher, right? Like what do we do? Do we nerf the scope in time, the reload time, like the chambering in between each bullets? Like it's like a fine line of like I'm not a game developer, so I don't know, but I do know that the op is bullcrap a lot of times.
No op
It's definitely the fact that you can just one shot somebody in any game is always kind of a stretch. I get the point. That's supposed to take more skill, single shot, but I don't know. It seems like maybe you could tone it down a little bit. Maybe movement speed. Maybe slow the movement speed up on it.
To me, it's an interesting one because in Call of Duty over the weekend, it was actually a crazy clip. One of the FaZe players actually had a crazy 4K with their sniper rifle, but it was one shots across the board, which feels, they're probably going to GA it in Call of Duty because they're a bunch of pansies and they'll never be able to use it again now because one player got a 4K. But in Counter-Strike, you can get 4Ks and aces pretty easy in this. And I think, to me, its ability to chain kills and hold certain angles is very, very strong. But to your point, I don't know what you do about it. It's like, it feels like the gun was really good and balanced, and then about the time Simple came into the scene, a bunch of oppers became better than the gun, and then it's like, because they're so good, the gun is too powerful now. If you go prior to the Simple era, the players aren't good enough to really break the game that way. But now it's like, dude, Zwei and those guys, Maladoy, like at any time, like they're breaking the game.
Yeah. I don't know. I definitely think it's OP, but I'm going to go with Cold for this one just because I don't really know what you would do to it. And I think the op brings so many, like when you think about the most historical plays of Counter-Strike, it's always the op. It's like Cold Zero jumping on Mirage. You got Simple dropping down in Cash. Like it always has the coolest looking plays. So I don't want to lose that. I don't want to have a bunch of people just running around with the same gun, like a bunch of 5 AKs, 5 M4s. So I don't really think that's cool. I think the op needs its place. I do think there's been some players talk about the switch from CSGO to CS2, like how the op kind of plays different. So I don't know. I don't think they've ever confirmed if they actually changed anything with the op there. But I think if they could figure out just minor ways to maybe tweak the accuracy of it. I like the idea, like you said, of the scope in time, maybe adding a little bit of scope in time to it. Because that's the one thing I think about is the biggest difference with Call of Duty is the actual scope in takes a lot longer than on Counter-Strike. When you right-click, it's just instantly you're in your scope versus like in Call of Duty, you actually have to pull it straight to your face and it takes a little bit of time. So anything that they can kind of tweak the inaccuracies of it.
I think from a competitive play standpoint, the counter to the op is like multiple people swing at the same time and you're just not in the same line of sight of each other with a pop flash of some type. And so the best counter to that, to make it a little bit weaker, in my opinion, would be a slower bolt time. So, in between shots. Because now it's like I peek one, I shoot, I kill, and then I repeat kind of quickly with it as opposed to like making them duck every time so that you can take space on the back end of it. I think that plays a little bit better for competitive. So my thing would be the time between, I don't know what you would call it, reload time or bolt time or whatever it is, not actual reload, but whatever.
Sure.
So I think that would be interesting, but I also don't think that matters for like Premier or whatever. I think those are two different monsters because you don't get as much team coordination. When you're looking at pro play, you get a lot of coordination. When you're not, it's just kind of chaos, right?
Yeah, like I think about like Dust A long, like if someone's holding the corner there, the fact that you can like, the first person swings, you can duck back, reload your gun, and swing before the same person is like moved from that angle, that's kind of OP.
It's too fast, yeah, I agree.
Dude, the other thing for me that kills me about it right now is that, like, you can be scoped in on me. I can get first shot and hit you, and through flinch, you can still drill me. Like, some of those things where it's like, I feel like it should flinch harder. It should probably scope slower. You probably should move much slower when you're carrying it, whether you have it out or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it should still be powerful. Like, I don't want to take away from I think taking away from the one hit kill paralysis would be crazy. But to me, there are times when it's like, I mean, we joke about it. We'll be in matches. How many matches, if we play 10, how many out of those 10 are we going to call somebody an op crutch? A couple. Like, it's going to be a couple. And it's annoying. That dude gets the op in his hand. It's like, dude, I don't want to deal with this nonsense. All this dude does is hold mid doors with the op, and we can't do anything. Now we have to play different sites. And it's like you said, at the lower levels of Premier, there's not a lot you can do about it because it does feel quite OP in the right hands. Not saying everybody can do it, but
It's like on Mirage specifically, like it's really strong on A. It's not as strong on B if you're sitting in like market or whatever, because you can kind of get past the window, and once you get on site, you get a little bit more options. But like on A, when they're sitting in CT, like they look connector, they look ramp, they look palace. Like it's really easy to get a lot of control with the op, and so there's just certain spots that are super OP with it as well. So
No, for sure. The next one we want to hop into on the note of that though is they're saying that utility and timing is better than raw aim now in Counter-Strike 2. Because you can now blow up smokes, you get a little bit more utility. Back in the day, you weren't even able to pass grenades around. Now you can obviously stockpile grenades for sites. Are we saying it's a good hot take that utility is better than just straight aim? We got.
I don't know. I mean, this is interesting because the skill gap on utility usage is a thing in Counter-Strike, right? When we look at something like Valorant, the skill gap's a little bit easier. It's normally a point and click ability or whatever, and it's kind of easy to control where it lands. Where in Counter-Strike, like they spend time practicing where the smoke lands and where the flash is going to hit and who's going to throw what flash on what spot at what time to clear what spot. And I think that's definitely improved a lot. People are using that utility a lot better than they ever have. And so I think raw aim has kind of suffered because of that, because it's really hard when you get pop flash and swung by two people to win that fight. But obviously Donk would be the answer to that question, right? Like he's kind of the example of raw aim. So I think maybe on the back end of this is like, it's clearly still something that if you're a generational talent, you can overcome. So
What you got, Pat? You aiming or you utiling it?
I mean, just based on what you said about CS2 and utility, I think it definitely does play a bigger role now, just because I think the biggest thing is when not even the smoke being able to destroy it, it was just being able to drop your util and pass it along to your teammates. I think that was kind of a big pivotal change for this, because now it allows for those setups where you only have to leave one person back and they can do it all, instead of having to have multiple people line up in certain areas to get it all. So it allows you to do it. I mean, pop flashes have always been strong, and they've come up with new and creative ways to like do those, and that's always going to help you take control. You're usually always going to be able to win those fights, but I mean, nothing takes the place of raw aim. I mean, that's why Donk, for example, of course, does what he does, and a lot of other players. But if you are very good at utility usage, you can overcome that in the team atmosphere as a whole. So I think it's gotten a lot more meaningful. So I guess that's kind of like a hot.
Yeah, I'm going to be pretty steaming hot for this one. I think especially for like high elo players and like people that are on teams, especially like utility and timing is pretty much everything. I think the lower skill gap the lower skill you get, the more raw aim can really help you. But like whenever you're playing against really good players, they know how to punish you with their util, so they know the timings of when you're going to hit this, when you're going to do that, so they know how to counter you a lot easier. And I think that's when your util and your timing really comes in, is when you get in the high elos in the big games, especially like pro matches.
Not for sure. I'm right on this as well. I think this is real hot, just mostly because of I think that players like mouse and keyboard, I've always been far worse than I was ever on controller. And it's like the ability, even on controller, I like to play objective-based roles more. Whereas this, like now that there is so much reliance on utility, but then also the timing aspect of it, of rotating and everything else, it's like it gives you so much more play now to where you don't just have to be a walking turret. Like, sure, if you're Donk, it obviously helps, and you're going to get insanely far in Premiere, Face It, everything else. But there's now a role for people who are less skilled. Like, we can have lobbies now, where back in the day when we had our friend groups in, like, 2014 to 2017 playing Counter-Strike, it's like, dude, if your friend sucked and he couldn't shoot, like, he was pretty useless. Because it's going to take so long to do the util, it's going to take too long to set him up. Whereas, like, now it's like those people can actually, like, help you with strats. They can actually call. They can help you with util on the backside. You don't have to do it. Be like, hey, throw this flash over me. I'm going to kill this guy. You don't have to one-man band it. So it does make it to where, like, one, the play group can be a little bit broader, but it almost like it lessens the requirement on the raw aim. But you need skill in another category. You still can't be have you still got to have some skill.
One of the other big changes too that happened in CS2 was the smokes, right? Being able to throw a nade into the smoke and have it dissipate, or even shooting into it and have it dissipate. And I think that brought a meta in the pro play that we've seen a lot. Like Monacy is always throwing a nade through a smoke to just get a quick check on the back end.
It's also something too where, like, if somebody used to smoke on doors on dust, it's like you can like kind of one tap through the smoke and you can see them come on cat. Even if you don't hit them with the bullets, like you can at least see if they cross.
Yeah. So
it gives you like a whole different meta. And it's like, again, if you have a bad kid in mid who might not be able to hit the shot, but he can tell you they're on cat, like that's really valuable, even if he's not killing them.
Yeah, that's been one of the best changes I think in any like shooter game,
Yeah.
literally ever. I think that's one of the best changes that could have been made in Counter-Strike. It's realistic. It gives the CT side a little bit more leverage of like you can't just be smoked off by a wall the entire time and just spray and pray through it and hope you kill someone. Like no, I can genuinely blow your smoke up on the right timing. And I can kill you as you push in.
And this is like a skill that like nobody wants to do too. Like no, very few people that are playing Counter-Strike in Premiere are going and practicing how to use utility, especially on a variety of stuff. Like it's like everyone knows, I say everyone, I don't know the smoke on Mirage for window on T side, but like a lot of folks do. And that's kind of a normal one after you get to a certain spot. But that's kind of not the norm, right? Most people do not know a lot of the spots. And so if you know a lot of smokes, that's really valuable in a teammate.
For sure. One of the things I've noticed, and again, this is 10 years ago to now roughly, is like Dust 2, for example. When you go A on Dust 2, if you get that initial pick out long, then it's like, hey, you have to smoke the ramp to get over, right? You throw that crossing smoke. That crossing smoke has been something obviously everybody's done for a decade. But now, one, everybody's doing it. And then two, now the CTs have the ability to throw a frag up the ramp, hit it, pop it, and watch you cross. And that makes that play like, that makes that whole map play significantly different than it did 10 years ago because you were 100% safe. Like, sure, you might get caught by a stray, but it's like, with the M4, you don't have that many bullets. So do you mag dump and waste a mag? You can. It's not a bad play. But you're not going to know if they cross. You have no idea. So it's like, it gives you just more intel, which allows for more decision making, which allows for more plays. And it is really exciting.
Well, I mean, like, long's a hard angle to play, number one. Literally, both people are getting there at realistically the exact same time. So that's just like a 50-50 gunfight. If you lose it, and old CSGO is like, you lose that matchup, okay, they have full long control, they smoke
Just
it.
go sit at, just go sit
retake.
B.
Yeah. But now it's like, no, we can actually genuinely contest them, blow the smoke up, I can still see them. So I think it makes it a lot easier for counter-terrorists usually.
Yeah, no, for sure. The next one is going to be our most beloved subject, and it is North America can still be tier 1. Not today. We haven't been in a while. I would argue we might not have been when we won, but that's fine. North America still has the ability to be T1. We're starting to see promise out of M80, seeing a little bit of promise out of Passion UA. We obviously have our boy Lige still hanging out. TL has made it into the bracket stage. He's getting to play on LAN one more time. So, I mean, we got a little bit of a chance here. So, what are we taking? CJ, lead us in the freedom fight here.
No.
saying-
I am ice. Go ahead, what are you going to say?
Are we saying like this is a national organization? Like we're going to have United States players?
Yeah, NA can be tier 1 again. An NA org
Cold.
can be
Yeah,
tier
I'm
1.
I think
To
literally,
me, tier 1's got to be like top 10 ranking.
I think the only nation right now that can be top 10 is Russia. That it can be a national team. Genuinely.
Oh, what about the Mongols? I thought everybody.
What about
thought,
Vitality?
I thought the Mongols.
They're not a national team anymore.
Yeah,
They
they're
only have
only,
two
they only have
No,
two
what
French
about
players.
the Mongols and Aurora? You got these great national teams out there.
Okay, Aurora is maybe the closest one. Mongols is kind of close, I guess.
I guess.
So Aurora above the Mongols.
Yeah, I would say.
All
so.
right.
I don't think it's out there. I think it's a valid.
Respect
I just want to
that
state for the
decision.
record, I'm cold on NA. I don't think we've seen
I'm also
anything.
cold on NA. That's my.
We're ice cold
Hey,
everywhere.
give me some-
I'm
Hey,
hot on NA.
Oh my gosh,
Of
that
course
ice cube melted.
we can be can still be tier 1. Of course we can. Do we not
Anything
know
is
how to
possible.
use our hands, people?
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
That Floam FML gives us a little bit of insight. I mean, I think there's hope on the horizon. I think it's one of those to where I don't know if it's this year, but I definitely think Counter-Strike isn't going anywhere. Counter-Strike doesn't die in 2026. It's probably not dying in 27, 28, or 29. It's going to be here for a while. And I think there will be an NA renaissance. I don't know on the backs of whom, but I definitely think that we will be tier 1 again. I hope we can repeat Boston. Hey, the major's coming in 28. If we can make a run for 28 on home soil again, would be
We
magic.
just need some dollars, man. We need somebody to like step
Yeah.
up and put some big dollars towards an NA team. That's really the issue in a lot of ways. in my
That's
opinion.
where we come in, right here.
Yeah, the
Straight
Global
right
Gaming
now.
Network team. If you want your
$1 million
team sponsored, yeah.
team. We're making it. Americans only.
Send your applications in the chat.
Only
I see that's where I
Americana.
draw the line, in my opinion. Honestly, is the Americans only national team. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it's gonna be hard to find all American top.
No,
talent.
dude, we
Okay,
got
I
to.
do
Like
wanna
even
know-
like
so
M80
many
right
games.
now only has 2 actual Americans. They have a Canadian, which makes them NA.
That's a Trump, America. That's
America's hat. It's the same thing.
It's America.
Well,
and then they
let's
have
just-
2 Europeans. So it's
4 Americans, 1 donk.
That was our
Good to go.
previous one. So that's
like 4
America.
util players and Donk. We're good.
I mean, Shiro was on C9.
Yeah.
That's something. No, I do think that when you look at the grand scheme of it, it's like that C9 roster in 18 was like you got, for the time, the best Americans assembled. And we've not seen the best American symbols. And for what reason would you have that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that teal roster tried to do it back in the day, but the teal roster got kind of messed up. You had symbol for a little bit. You had Pimp and a bunch of other guys on there, but you did have a Liege anchoring it. And then when that C9 roster came, it was basically all the best Americans minus Liege, which is it was a really good roster. It was really star-studded at the time. I don't know that if you took the literal 5 best Americans right now, it doesn't. We're not making it to brackets, brother.
Yeah, it would not.
Like, it's not going to work.
I think we are.
I think Lake is on the come up. I do think that there's some players now that you're actually excited to watch. There are players now whose names you're being able to remember for the first time since, Summit for all the wrong reasons and Trout and Tarek and all those other boys. And it kind of feels like we're actually getting excitement. But to your point, all the prodigies, all the youth, everything seems like it's coming out of Russia right now, and it's getting kind of scary.
Trash.
Whew. Whew. Russians are trash. That's crazy. You heard it here first. The next one we're going to have is going to be maybe the spiciest one, but they're saying Counter-Strike 2 has already taken the throne of Go. What do we feel about that, Pat? I just know you're just going to be the most passionate about this.
I don't even really know how to describe this.
Is Counter-Strike 2 better than Go, or are you still? If you could run it back right now, would you take Go back?
Dude, it's been so long now since I played Go. It's like any memories I have of it just feel like a nostalgic fever dream. It's like I don't even remember.
It's been like 2.5 years.
Well, I wasn't playing Go at the end of its lifespan there. Okay, it was a little while before I stopped. I don't know. I mean, I like a lot of the stuff with CS2. I like the smokes. I think that is a very pivotal change.
Really, the biggest one is the tick rate. Some of the maps are a little bit different. The
map
game's now vibrant.
Yeah, the game is definitely more vibrant. I do not like when I do. It's funny now when you see CSGO, you can just tell how dreary it looks. Boy, it was so drab. You can tell the difference instantly. I mean, sure, I think I'll go with CS2. I think CSGO is a good nostalgia trip, but I think CS2 still young, slow development updates because it's Valve. But I think it was better than CSGO and is better at the moment. Hot.
Steaming hot again. I think there's no question CS2 is better than CSGO. I mean, it's just the improved version. Everything's better about it. The only thing that CSGO has going for it is the nostalgia and the operations.
Well, I think tick rate's the ones that everybody's super butthurt about. For me, it's there were things in Go, and it was like, again, for being a bad player, it was really irrelevant because I wasn't doing any of these things. But it was like watching people B-hop and watching dudes that were super good at the game and had played since Source. There was a huge skill gap. And that was cool to see. As a player, it sucked because they had it and I didn't have it. And those were some of the things when you start getting higher ranks. It's like, oh, cool. This guy beats me long because he B-hops there and I literally can't. This sucks. This game is chalked. But those things were net cool. I do feel like because Counter-Strike and Valve are so slow to develop, it does suck a little bit that some of those things I don't think are in the game now, not because they want them to not be in the game, but because it's a bug and they're trying to develop it 1 year at a time, and it'll be in a patch 3 years from now. Oh yeah, we were doing it the whole time. It just took a little while. It's like we don't have an operation or battle pass in the game. It's 2026, and they're just not making money. It's crazy.
So you're cold?
Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50. I think there's a lot of things like the smokes, and I like the vibrance. I do think the old game looked terrible. I actually think the old skins were better than they are now. I also, if we get rid of cases,
I would agree with
we're
that
sitting
too.
old too because.
Oh of course. Who should have known the gambling, the investment? Of course.
Exactly.
Of course. That's why I
glory
like better.
Well, you also used to be able to watch the matches. I used to be able to review cheaters, which was 6. I could watch the pro games and get drops from the game from watching the pro matches in the thing. It was like you made me invested in the ecosystem.
Pick'ems
is nice.
For the record on here, I'm gonna say CS2 is better. I do have one thing I miss a lot though, and it's actually the community servers in general. I think there was a lot more fun stuff. I remember back in the day, and this is a little bit further back than CSGO original, but there was a World of Warcraft mod that was on the community servers where you'd give yourself vampirism or be able to fly like Spider-Man and all kinds of crazy stuff. And it definitely was a different way to play Counter-Strike, which is a little bit memey, right? It's not competitive, right? But I did spend hours upon hours in servers and make friends and be able to play those games because they were fun and a little bit interesting on how you played the game. And I miss those kind of things. I think that was fun, and that's kind of the birth of, the Warcraft 3 mods, where all the weird games came out of, Dota and League of Legends. World of Warcraft came from that too. And so I like those environments for creating new games, and I don't think that the community servers are as busy as they ever were. And I don't think people are creating new fun maps. Like it's
Hey, there
kinda
is a
boring.
really popular
that's a
right now
great
that
show.
is the air hockey one that's supposed to be really sick.
I think that's a great shot though. There used to be the community servers used to be way more popping. People surfing, like trading servers, they used to be popping.
Yeah,
Go
Free
play
trial server.
Source. Source was always better for the community servers anyway.
that's all too. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, you want to see something that looks bad now? Go look at Source.
Yeah, but you're not really going for the graphics. You're going for that classic jailbreak experience. So remember when you could put the stickers on the wall? You could
The
upload your
sprays.
own images. Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, everybody with tags of stuff.
Or you would
That'd be
see some
crazy.
wild stuff on there every day. Wild.
Dude,
I mean, the only thing that's cool right now is the 1v1s. You do like a 1v1 arena or whatever, so you kind of fight your way up. That's cool, but that's it.
no, I get it. Yeah, the sprays thing, I can't do that anymore. One of my best friends from college still has a picture of me as his spray, and that's traumatizing because they would usually most of the sprays that you're referring to would be a spray of me and then those sprays, and it's like, oh, what are we doing here?
I mean, Tub Girl was a big one back then there in Source. That was a
if
very
you had to describe
classic
that,
one.
what would you describe that as?
It's like a waterfall. Like
Okay.
imagine somebody taking a waterfall.
Okay.
That's what I would describe it as.
That's a good visualization. That's a good visualization. So the next segment we're going to hop into is going to be about the blast bounty that has been occurring. You know, we're just going to have to hop right into the breaking news, and we're going to let Davis take this one away because your boys are cooked. They made it.
What's the scenario here? What's going on?
Coach is out. His brother passed away, so very sorry for Zonic. And then also
Condolences.
Kyosuke is out for visa issues. Couldn't get his visa for Malta. So
RIP Russia.
Who's the sub? Do we know?
Yeah, his name's like Nucleons. He's an academy guy for Falcons Academy.
It's not their backup because their backup also couldn't get a visa in time.
Yeah, so it's like their backup of their backup.
It's their backup
Academy
is
guy
backup.
pulled up.
Yeah.
They almost called Davis. That was like he was next.
Yeah. If this guy couldn't come,
Next
I want to fight to Malta.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Do you think that the Falcons can beat whoever picks them now, or do you think that
Yeah, I think they could be whoever picks him. I don't think they can win the whole thing.
no?
Dude, if
I think it would be a pretty cool like vibes check though. Like I don't think the team won't be nearly as nervous. They'll just be playing however they want to play, and it could end up a good thing. Like they're just like, out there playing for free and
Yeah, loosen up a little bit.
yeah, loosen up.
not for sure. Yeah, I think it could help in that regard. I do kind of hope if Snacks can get in there and cause a little chaos, like I think he can mess with them a little bit. I think the first round is going to tell a lot because there's a good chance they might lose it just because Kyosuke has been lighting it up. He has been really, really good kind of at the front of that offense that they have. And
Dude, who's been popping off? Tesses.
Yes.
Tesses has been popping off, which is kind of
He wants
crazy.
to keep his
He was
job.
trash at the major. Yeah,
it's like keep his job.
he's been popping off.
But it's one of those things of the offense right now feels like the aggression kind of lives and dies with either Mondesi with an op or Kyosuke pushing something, and you're losing one of those two options. So, I mean, there's a world where Mondesi goes off and drops 60, and there's no problem. There's also a world where that doesn't happen, and then this new kid is just going to get bullied, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. I honestly think I don't know how this new guy plays, so I guess it will kind of depend on him. But I could see a world where we see old Nico that's going with his AK.
Yeah, whoever it is, they're gonna hide him anyway. My thing for this squad is it's always been the Mondesi show. When Mondesi shows up and gets the kills and goes off, like he's unbeatable. He's really, really good. And I think if he's able to do that, this actually doesn't change the roster for me at all. Kyosuke has not been amazing. Like he hasn't done anything super special for this team. He has not had huge clutch moments or whatever. It's like the consistency of this team is like when Tessis does well, right? But
When Nico drops a 0.4 or a 1.4.
yeah, well, and Nico's obviously one of those volatile players where he's either really good or really bad. And that's where Mondesi is like lacked consistency, and that's why I don't believe in it, is because like I don't think Mondesi's going to do that every series. You might get one out of him, but I mean, with the format of this event, one might be enough to win the whole thing if you just have a really good one and then a really like sticky one. So
Yeah. I also think the Zonic coach like not being there, I don't think that's as big of a deal just because I know the last match they played, which was Monty or whatever, that Zonic was not coaching that game either. So like it kind of I watching it, I was like, what the heck's going on? That's not Zonic behind them, but so I don't think that will affect them that much. Yeah.
But what are we going to do? We're not going to be able to hear that.
It is unfortunate.
nice.
Yeah, I think Falcons. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunately. I mean, as the title says, they're definitely cooked. I think it pretty much makes it. It would be crazy if they did win the whole
Dude,
thing.
imagine how checked their vibes are going to be. They're going to be like, we can win with a fill-in and no coach, but we can't win with full roster and coach. What?
Yeah, I guess. Would that be worse? What would be worse, them winning with a sub and without their coach, or them just winning with the regular team?
Them getting smoked by GL or them winning the whole thing?
I think the interesting thing is, so far, Big Four win if Furia, Falcons, Vitality and Spirit wins, who picks Falcons?
My guess,
Whoever wants the free win.
I mean, Spirit and Vitality are ranked underneath them for this.
yeah, my guess would be Spirit. If Spirit would choose first, Spirit are going to choose Furia because they look shaky.
Yeah. And so they're going to
They
play
did
Vitality.
they did just beat Falcons too, and they might think Falcons no coach is going to be no problem.
Yeah.
No
I mean,
coaching down a player.
I'm
Furia
not
is-
taking Falcons over Vitality. I might take
oh yeah,
them
I'm
over
not picking
Fury.
Vitality. I'm be clear, I'm not picking Vitality.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, like if Spirit picks Vitality,
So you think right now? Well, you think Spirit or you think Falcons are going to win one, lose one?
I think they beat whoever they play against, and then it's kind of a toss-up. Like I think they can beat Furia.
Okay.
I think I don't know if they can beat Spirit or Vitality though. So
What about you, Pat?
I can still see them beating like a Gamerlegion or Heroic or Parivision or any of the other teams down there. But yeah, once they get up and they have to face either Fury, Vitality, or Spirit, assuming they all make it through to that part,
yeah.
I think that is when the hard mode definitely gets turned on. That's when you do have to have Monacy dropping like 30-something kills to really be able to push it forward.
It's been
Those teams don't really budge much, you know. So like,
I mean, dude, it's been all of these guys have
their
been
game.
playing hard matches. I mean, the Falcons have been playing good matches. They actually have looked probably the most dominant. Vitality's look shaky at times. Spirit.
I think
got a
Spirit
little
looks the
sketchy.
next most dominant in my opinion.
And then Fury have not looked
Good at all.
dominant at all.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, I think so far through the matchup so far, I think Falcons and Spirit are head and shoulders above Vitality and Fury as far as their dominance in the matches they played.
Sure.
Not saying that they're a better team, but like how they handle the matches, no question.
So we can hop over right now and just go ahead and start talking about the good we've seen so far from the event. And we really want to shout out here we really want to shout out Heroic, Parivision, and those guys are really stepping it up, and the Gamerlegion as well for sneaking in. Those are underdog teams that weren't projected to be in the top 8. The other guys obviously were a little bit more projected to be there. TL did sneak in. We think they've done really well. They have looked questionable doing it, but they were projected to be in that top 8 to begin with. So really want to highlight these guys for kind of making it through. And for me, just to start it off, is we joked about it. We did a predictions thing that should be out now too. And I was originally going to have Paravision on my year in 14th slot. And I think they're a team that's really stepped up. I think Zwei has looked incredible. That team has looked really, really good. They honestly look like one of the best kind of like tier 2 teams right now outside of that like strong top 10. And if they keep playing like this, they're going to be here to stay. They'll be a top 10 team for the whole year at this rate.
Yeah, 100%. I think me and Pat, we worked on the video last week about talking about the offseason for teams, and Paravision was one of the ones we really talked about, how they got rid of their worst player and they added on Zwei, who's been on a tier 1 team. He's played in a lot of big matches on the biggest stage. So I think that really, really helps this team and it leveled them up. Also, I think Gamerlegion is another team that really leveled up with their pickups. Last year, we kind of saw them fall off towards the end of the year. Snacks, he wasn't playing with G2. I think this was like a rebuild move. He actually joined Gamerlegion with one of his old coaches on one of his old Polish teams. I think that made him feel a lot more comfortable. And they've already played a couple events already in 2026. I think that's given them a little bit of a head start.
Sure.
They weren't like tier 1 events by any means, but any type of reps you're getting with a new team, with a new IGL, is going to really make you feel a lot more comfortable when it comes to playing your big teams and your big blast events and your S-tier events.
Not for sure.
Yeah, the gameplay's a little different.
Who next? Me?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to give a shout-out to the Eyeballers, actually.
Yeah.
I was very impressed by their play, JW and crew. I mean, obviously, they took down FaZe. You know, we joke about FaZe or whatever, but they're still a contender team, and they took them down pretty convincingly. And then they went up against Vitality, who they chose, as they wanted to try to take down the quote-unquote top dog. And, I mean, they took the map 1. They took all the way into double OT on Anubis, and I mean, it was just entertaining to see, and it's great to see JW back. I despised him so much back in the day when he was on Fnatic because I was not a Fnatic fan. But it's great to see him return, and I think that's a team that could potentially have some potential to come in here and upset some games because, I mean, they look pretty confident, and they have a somewhat solid squad.
I mean, if the Rolf dude wasn't like double negative on Anubis, they would have upset Vitality.
100%. It was also, there was some weird stuff in that game too because you basically had, they were fighting at E-Box with Apex all game, and it's like they were building it up, but it's like, dude, Apex was like 6-12, and they were just like chip damaging each other with nades the whole time, and it's like, guys, you just got to push. You're literally winning the fights, like just push. But then they ran out of steam in the end. Also, I mean, dude, Robs came up so clutch on that. I think a lot of those teams, though, to your point, Davis, is that they feel like they're coming in with momentum. Like they feel like it's, you got house money and you're just kind of rolling. And Vitality came out really stiff in that series, and it was like they had something to lose. And Eyeballers, it was very much like, hey, we came out, we're taking out the big dogs, and they made us believe. I mean, up until it got tied to go into the OT, I was like waiting to type in our chat of like, yo, JW's on one right now. Like he's going toe to toe with Zwei, and this dude's we forgot his name until last month.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I think my shout outs for Gamerlegion, they beat Passion UA in the first round and then Aurora in the
RIP
second
America.
round. Yeah, and so yeah, that's right. RIP America. And like I that's probably the best strength of schedule. They've also got the most bounty dollars, so like they are definitely on top there. And I think when I look at the other ones, who did I look at? Parivision played Astralis and
Which Astralis doesn't look bad. I mean, Stavin on there he's looking pretty nice. I mean that squad still feels a little incomplete. I was more hopeful for them going into it. I think they'll kind of rebound closer towards the end of the year. But I think that new squad is going international. I think is going to be obviously a good move for them, and they got a lot of good pieces.
yeah, and Ents was the first round one, so it's like
Ents.
yeah, I think they all of those teams are like not teams that we talk about within our core big teams. But I think if I'm looking at one, I'm looking at Gamerlegion for sure because of who they beat already at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, Aurora was way overpriced this tournament. Let's just be real.
Yeah, the rough
Call a
part.
spade a spade.
Yeah, the rough part is that I do not think dropping Jada was the move. I do not. It does not look good right now.
I mean, SoFly didn't seem terrible, but
They just seem
that
super
team
checked out.
They need a new IGL, man. I'm Major or Madger, however you say his name. He is. I mean, I'm pretty sure last year he was like the worst rated IGL, and Aurora have just looked weak.
Hey, don't disrespect Kerrigan like that. Okay?
Yeah, whoa.
Sorry, I mean,
Sorry,
my bad.
No, the other crazy part on that though is when they're talking a little bit about it in the Counter-Strike Elitist Twitter account or whatever, and they're basically saying like, yeah, it's really obvious, but there's no Turkish prospects, so it's like,
Yeah. Who are you gonna grab?
what are you gonna do?
It's kind of the same Mongols problem too. You can't really upgrade that roster at this point. Like those are the best dudes in Mongolia.
And that's why, again, I stand on it. We talked about it, and I like little prediction things. On the current pacing, there's no world I can see Aurora being a top 15, a top 20 team, or maybe even a team at all by the end of the year. If I'm Xantares and I'm still a top 20 player in the world, bro, I'm out. Like, I get it. We tried to make this thing work. We don't have an IGL in this country. And then I got two dudes that are just basically weighted bags and then one acceptable helper. And it's like, dude, I'm gone.
Wakati is actually pretty good too. He has some pop-off moments.
I think he can do well. And it's like, it literally just feels like at times like you have 1.5 effective humans to help you.
And I think the other thing that we're seeing, specifically of like Vitality having a slow start, is like I don't think these teams are really putting the grind in the offseason. Like I think they're chilling, right? And like we're walking into the first tournament of the year and like you have to shake off the dust. And ultimately, you have done something, right? But like, if you don't play Counter-Strike for 30 days, then you get on, like, it's a little bit slow, right?
It's also one of those where it probably feels more like the teams with new rosters, which, like, last year we saw Vitality came out a little bit slow with ROPS. But minus weird kind of hiccups like that, it feels like when you come in with a new roster, it's like you probably scrim with those guys more than you would of a normal team. Because, like, Vitality right now, it's like, dude, go spend holiday with your family, hang out, chill, like, we're going to run this back. If the first one's shaky, like, we got 1 or 2 events under our belt. But then after that, we got our sea legs. We'll be rolling.
Yeah.
But then it's like, if you got a new roster, it's like, or if you're Falcons right now, if you're Tessus and Kixon, it's like, yo, this is our jobs. They talk, the rumors in the off season were that we're out. We're still here. Like, every day might be our last day. Like, we got to stay on this.
Tessus did say that he took a shorter break during this offseason.
Yeah,
he got back to playing sooner than I guess he normally would. And hey, it shows.
He's popping off.
He's doing better, so he's getting the rounds in.
Yeah. Now, the next one we're going to hop into, though, is going to be the bad. This is the bad side, those who have not been doing well so far. Aurora, which you just mentioned, Pain, Astralis, NAVI, FaZe, all have already been bounced. Those are teams we anticipated would be doing well.
Who anticipated Pain? You?
Yeah.
I think you know.
Hey, they were in the top half. I just want to know they were in the top half. They were considered an upset.
You're the only Pain fan on this desk, buddy.
Hey, they got a new team. What's weird is at times they didn't look that bad, but then at times they look
bad.
They look that bad.
I don't know.
I mean, Pain, Aurora, Astralis, all new rosters. So, I mean, like we were saying, like first event of the year, it's kind of hard to really tell where they're going to be. And this is just like a confidence builder. Let's get on stage for the very first, well, not stage. Let's play together in a real event for Blast for the first time. But Navi and FaZe, those are two that I look at. Like, I mean, you kept the same roster. You should be, building on last year, which I don't know. To say that FaZe should be building on last year the way they ended it is kind of crazy in my opinion because they ended it in the major final. I don't see this roster building on that at all. So that was kind of like it wasn't what I expected to be bounced by eyeballers, but I definitely didn't think they were a team that was going to like win this event or something like that.
Yeah, I just can't. I mean, dude, J-Dub's an absolute legend. I can't get over that. But it's also like they're releasing a piece of media content they posted on Twitter today or yesterday or whatever. It's like, hey, we're doing this. The cinematic movie of our major run comes out on the 21st, and I just responded to it like, yeah, it'd be way better if you're going in the playoffs this weekend to hype up the weekend, right? It's like, dude, you can't go from major finals getting first rounded by like the 43rd seed. Like it doesn't compute. Navi also has no excuses. I assume it's one of those that team has stayed together, so probably in the offseason they probably weren't focusing up or intent. So it's like you hope that they're going to get the ball rolling and figure it out. But like right now, it's like just feels like childish mistakes. It feels like teams not warmed up, playing teams that come out and come hungry and are looking to prove something. Like Eyeballs and JW and them, they're looking to prove something. They grinded their way in to get the seed to be able to sneak in. They barely made the cut, and here they are.
I feel like the biggest thing is for teams like that, like your Monties who beat Navi, your Eyeballers who's beaten teams like, I feel like there's not really an offseason for those guys.
No,
like they're
don't
playing
take off.
constantly. Their offseason could be in the middle of the season. You get dropped, and now your offseason has started, and they're new.
You get a new org.
Yeah, it's like a gauntlet. They're going all the time. So I think we've seen that a lot at this event. Like Monty, for example, when they beat Navi, they also gave Falcons a really good fight in Map 1. So it's like this team's warmed up. They've been playing. They're fighting for their jobs. These other guys, they've had a genuine offseason where they're on vacation, not playing the game as much. So just coming out slow.
That's where it's scary for Aurora and a Pain in particular, in my opinion, because you brought in new players, and you probably for sure worked with those new players to make sure everything was good for this. You did probably a little bit better of like, kind of like a systems check than any of the big dogs that didn't change were. So it's like you could see where FaZe and Navi might get a little sleepy, or you took too long at New Year's or whatever. But if you're Aurora and Pain, it's like you're supposed to be tier 1.
Well, Payne didn't pick up their guys until like last week before the event. So it's like I don't think they've worked with their guys at all. I think they actually showed up brand new. But they actually dropped. They were the first people to drop people. It was like December 8th when they dropped Davideus and DGT, and then they didn't pick anybody up until literally like a week before the event started. So it's
one of
like,
those. I hope
that whole month. What were you doing?
I hope they were scrimming, and I hope it was just contract negotiations and like paperwork. But
Yeah.
I fear that it wasn't.
Yeah,
'Cause they
It's
played like it was.
The event's next week. We got to
Yeah,
get 2 players.
Well, that's what Mouse looked like they were doing, because the rumor is that they were going to be making a move or whatever. Then it's
Yeah.
like, yo, you're playing in like 2 weeks.
Actually, we're rocking with this roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like the Navi and the FaZe one are the weird ones for me, right? Those guys. They
Looks
gotta
bad,
show
feels
up
bad.
in it. But I would echo everything you guys are saying.
Unacceptable for Navi. I mean, from FaZe, I expected, but Navi.
No,
is
it's not.
unacceptable.
Yep.
This is a top quality team.
That was a
what year is it?
semifinal, major semifinalist, and major finalist right there.
Yeah.
First round battle.
And I mean, I think it's just embarrassing. I think it should.
Quite frankly.
I mean, maybe we can just shake it off, I guess, right? Shake first tournament of the season, guys.
I
Hey,
agree
it's
with
okay.
that. I agree with that.
Vitality.
No, just brush
Hey,
it off.
Vitality streak didn't start till after Blast Bounty last year anyway. That's what
Exactly.
FaZe and Navi are waiting on. They're just waiting on
They're about to
O's
pop
now.
off.
Yep.
They know the formula. The formula is get bounced early at the bounty, get ready for the first IM event, roll with it.
Yeah, you get out sooner so you can practice before them.
100%.
Thus, you
Yes.
get better.
Why don't you let
Yes.
Pat roll with his terrible take so I can tear it down?
No, before we get to the terrible takes, we're gonna go with
We
our
got another
predictions.
topic, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the predictions of this event.
Oh,
So I'll let you kick off. Who do you got winning this, and defend your take here?
I know it's tough. I didn't know you were gonna ask this. I'm sorry.
I'll go first if you
Yeah,
want.
David.
Yeah, go ahead, Davis. Go.
Can't be Falcons.
I got Spirit winning it all.
Ooh.
I think we see a Spirit Vitality grand final, and I think Donk shows why he was the player of the year last year.
Ooh,
Take
insult
shots
to
out.
injury. Just pokes in the wound. And
Dang.
just, That has looked at times great, and then at times he's looked more mortal this year in the starter.
Yeah.
Now he has also looked at times immortal.
Yeah.
To be very clear, there was also a time when JW was out-opping him.
I think the biggest thing that benefits Spirit too on this is the fact that they are a little bit newer of a team. They're going to have brand new strats with Magics, and Vitality hasn't had the time to study them versus Spirit's played against this Vitality team multiple times. All these players have played against Vitality, this same team, multiple times, so I think that gives them a little advantage as well. So grudge match, and also they know what they're playing versus Vitality doesn't.
I'm gonna go Spirit, but for a different reason. Spirit's the bottom seed, so they're gonna get to pick who they play. In a lot of ways. I mean, I say that in the semifinals match, so they're going to get to pick the weaker team, and I think that gives them the ability to kind of skirt through and play.
I do think the bracket does favor, in its current format, that most probably Vitality and Spirit won't be playing each other in the semis.
Yeah.
And if that is true, that does make for a better final, because I think right now, like, Furia is probably going to get smacked by one of those two unless something crazy happens in this 5-day period.
Watch, we're all going to be wrong if Fury's
Dude, it
going to
could
show
be.
and beat everybody.
I mean, it's one of those, maybe they play different on land. I mean, usually Donk gets a serious buff when it comes to land. Vitality usually gets a pretty big buff when it comes to land. Furia tends to do a little bit worse on land. And then Falcons, sometimes they're incredible and sometimes they're not, but the roster is
So who are you going?
weird. I'm gonna go with Spirit as well. I do think that
3 of them.
I think that
I know
Spirit
Pat's pick too.
Spirit post change when they did this over the summer came in, rolled 2 events, no problem.
Mhm.
One with each change happening. And then after that, they kind of cooled off. It feels like for whatever reason, maybe they practiced a little more with the change. But to your point earlier, in these first rounds, there's moments when I thought Vitality could lose to Eyeballers. There's moments when I thought Falcons could lose to Monty. There's been a lot of moments I've thought Furia have lost, and we're already committed to the reality. But Spirit have been convincing the whole time. I don't know if anybody's got more than 5 rounds on them. Like they've been rolling.
Yeah. And Pat, go ahead and pick Vitality.
Yeah, go ahead.
And
Get
we
the
all know
LB.
Vitality's winning. I don't know why we're even questioning this. Do I really need to defend it? Number 1 player of the year last year, number 3 player of the year last year, number 12, and Flamesy was number 7. I think it was number 7.
And then
I mean,
IGL, you got
IGL of the
IGL of the year,
IGL
and
of the
Coach
year,
of the year.
Team of the Year, Coach of the Year. I mean, what more do we need, guys? I think they're going to end Spirit's little streak of winning their little blast season. I mean, that's kind of like their little freebie of the year that Spirit gets, and we're going to take that away from them, basically. I mean, Spirit. I mean, come on. Vitality easily dominates Spirit. Sure, they looked a quote-unquote shaky against Eyeballers, but I mean, I lean
on
more.
the ropes.
I lean
Absolutely
more
right.
into Eyeballers just playing way above their level than I do Vitality playing way below their level.
There's also an Anubis on a map they haven't been playing.
Yeah, this is true also. So I think if it comes down to that in the finals, I think Vitality easily get the better of them once again.
Easily. That's crazy talk.
Easily get the better of them once again.
Easily. That's what's that like? You think they got like 3 or 4 rounds of map, or like how's that work?
No, when I mean easily get, I don't mean like they're going
Maybe
to
a 3-0.
stomp them like
I don't-
13 to like 2.
3-0, 3-1.
I'm gonna
I mean,
be.
they're just
I'm not
gonna
gonna be
easily
here
win.
at next week's show when Pat shows up and is like, "Oh, Vitality's the best."
Well, it's not gonna
either
happen,
I'm going to get completely mobbed on, or I'm going to be the only one mobbing.
No, it's gonna be
That's
easy.
how it's gonna
It's gonna
go.
be even better when we come in and it's like Gamerlegion and Parivision smoked them
Yeah.
round 1. No, to me the other thing too is when I look at the last 3 times that Spirit and Vitality have played, I believe it was the IEM event in Asia that they played in the semis. I mean, Spirit took them to the literal limits and barely lost that. Those were close overtime games. It was a very, very hard fought match. Even at the major, that was Vitality's hardest competition in the major, bar none, wasn't close. Spirit was the only one that pushed them at the major. It does feel like Spirit, if we get a great Vitality, which we will probably get a great Vitality this event, I think Spirit is the only one currently capable of beating a great Vitality. Now, if we get a mediocre Vitality, then yeah, Furia can beat them, Falcons can beat them, Spirit, maybe even Mals, maybe not. But somebody else could do it. But and then it's what Fury do we get? Because the Fury we've been seeing this event have not looked good.
Yeah.
They're the number 1 seed. They did win 3 of the last 4 events. They just did win the major. They got first round in the bracket of it. But I don't know. It's tough because Fury could be scary. I do think Falcons look the weakest solely because you're not playing with a coach. You're not playing with a player. So
Yeah, I would agree.
of the non-4 big teams, who you think has the best chance to win? Parivision, Heroic, Team Liquid,
Gamerlegion.
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 You think Gio?
Yeah. Snacks upgrade.
Team Liquid.
Dude, Liquid has looked the shakiest, but man, have they survived.
They kept winning,
Cockroach
though.
mentality. baby.
Liquid, let's go.
Liquid's gonna play
I
Vitality.
don't know,
and get
dude.
smoked.
I don't know. I think either Parivision or Gamerlegion, one of the 2. I don't
Dude,
know.
Parivision looked really, really good, man.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's
Really,
tough.
really good, man.
It's tough to say because I really think whoever pulls Furia has a really good shot.
That's actually a good point. Yeah, whoever gets.
I don't know.
What should be the
I'm
last
a
pick?
Furia hater, and they have looked a little bit shaky, but
I
Who's
think
That was also
Gamerlegion
foot.
is the first pick. They get the first pick.
it doesn't matter. We're on land now, bro. It's different.
That's true.
It's different.
But I don't really
Gamerlegion's
know that
first pick.
Furia gets a big lane.
Yeah.
Heroics.
Yeah, but
Heroic.
you
It'll
think
be-
these
I mean,
underdogs get the land
Liquid
vote?
gets the last pick.
Yeah.
So
Liquid's gonna get put against
Saw
somebody.
Zwei, Mike.
Everybody else.
Dude,
is
you
picked.
saw
I mean,
Zwei?
Gamerlegion picks Furia, right?
Probably.
Ace had dust too.
Sorry, we have 2
We
conversations.
kicked
going
him
on.
off of
I'm
Spirit
with you,
for
though.
a reason, Dylan. Were you saying they should have kept him?
I'm saying, well, he's the second highest rated
You
player
were
right
nothing
now.
but talking crap about Zwei the entire
Hey,
time
he
he was
had
on Spirit.
1 series.
And now we're just big teams.
That
and Zwei.
series-
Zwei wasn't ready for the big lights though.
That's-
So
Going on
now he
Parivision
is now.
better.
though. So
Zwei
he's gonna
is
take down-
terrible. He's not gonna do
I see
that
it.
much more for
No, no,
them.
no.
Is he like the
Hey.
second highest rated player right now? in
He
the
is,
tournament?
but no, I want you, this might lead into it, right? Zwei in 1 series balled. Like second best player in the server, wasn't close. Who was the series against?
Oh my God, please.
It's against the Falcons.
It's the
Yes.
Falcons. If I'm Parivision right
Okay,
now,
that
I'm
was-
saying, hey, my boy over here's got y'all. Y'all got a
CT
sub?
side
My boy-
on
Oh, you're
Dust
talking
2.
about back at the major.
Yeah,
I was
back
like,
at the
what
major.
are we talking about?
He got lucky. CT side Dust 2. It ended up being a 5-piece. That's what you remember.
Yeah.
It wasn't that
No,
amazing.
he's also slaying on.
No,
the
Listen,
he's
all
slamming
the
on
Dust
Furia.
2 maps right now are all CT sided, and whoever's on that site has the most advantage in all of any map. So anytime you see Dust 2, it's just a CT map.
say
You
that-
get 9
I would
rounds,
like
you
to
win.
see the Mongol single player hold that B
They
side.
beat Aurora 12-0 on it.
Who's Aurora? Who is that?
I think those are those lights you can't see.
just said they had the
They're
highest
sometimes
bounty.
there, but
Yeah, but who has the highest bounty?
no, I think it's GL because
Well,
GL.
they have Aurora has a higher bounty than some. Yeah, because they gave him some stupid higher seating. I don't
Yeah,
know
at the
why.
beginning, Aurora was tied for highest bounty.
Hey,
Crazy.
I'm not the tournament organizer. All right,
Hey,
I'm just a man.
Hey,
So who
speaking
does
of being,
Gamerlegion pick the first round? I want to know. What do you think?
well,
Furia.
my wet dream is that they pick Furia. That lets Parivision pick Falcons.
I think that makes sense.
I think that's realistic.
Yeah, like if you're Gamerlegion, you're not taking Spirit. I don't think you're taking Vitality. And if you're going to put Furia and Falcons next to each other, I'm taking Furia.
Dude,
I think it's a coin flip because of the missing a player and coach. I think that makes it a coin flip. If it was the normal
That's
roster,
true,
they
yeah.
wouldn't.
I forget who played Spirit the second time.
I don't know.
You talking about the second round?
The second round.
Spirit played against Inner Circle.
Inner Circle.
Yeah.
The fact, one crazy celebration from the Inner Circle guys. Y'all are that is wild.
Diabolical.
That's diabolical. Second though, dude, they watched the Spirit smoke them in the first round and said, "We want that in the second round," and you didn't think that's what you were gonna get. That is crazy. That is you deserve that. I'm sorry. You did that to yourself. Pat, take us away for what are your weekend thoughts so far? Tell us about your beautiful epiphany by Blast.
Oh, Bounty rocks. Yes, Bounty rocks. Yeah, I mean, I think allowing to add the most wanted and the picking system throughout the rest of the tournament has been a net positive for this tournament. I think it makes it a lot more exciting. I mean, we've been sitting here talking for minutes about like who do we think is going to pick who, instead of us going into that traditional bracket seeding style and kind of already knowing the matchups. I think this allows for those more exciting things. It allows for something like Parivision to take on Spirit if they want to, just for Zwei to go against his old team. Like, it allows for fun things like that to just come out and like eyeballers saying they want to take down Vitality.
Yeah,
that is really fun and exciting. And usually only got that in the first round. And that just kind of wasn't enough because you have like 32 teams at that point. So it's like having it for the rest of it, really great. I mean, the online portion still is not fun. I
think the online portion is kind of
That's
making it
about
now, which is unfortunate. But I do think having the coaches in there talking about their picks on broadcast is like super awesome. And like the JW piece to me goes like underrated hard just because it's like he had not played Kerrigan since Kerrigan was on Mouse and he was on Fnatic, obviously like basically a lifetime ago. And it's like you get those little moments where it's like, yo, he wants to play his old buddy that he knows, and this gives him an opportunity where like, you know, no offense to eyeballers, but like how many brackets could they get put in and have to get the perfect seating to possibly play FaZe and Kerrigan? Like it's going to be so improbable, but it is one of those things where it's like, again, even in the second round, they're like, hey, we want to take out the best. I want to play Vitality and knows what it feels like to play him, right? You let these teams feel the moments that they want to feel, and it's like there's no net loss. Vitality should win that every time. The fact that it's close is crazy and a huge testament to eyeballers playing really well, but like it just makes it so exciting.
Yeah, it makes it like where those players can experience that moment. Because I feel like that's one thing that JW definitely thought about whenever he picked Vitality. It's like, what can benefit my team the most? And it's like, if we beat Vitality, that hugely benefits our confidence. And if we play Vitality, yeah, obviously the money benefits it too. But it's like, I think it's more on the lines of like, putting my team in a position that could really benefit them as a player and as an individual. Like knowing I went up against Zwei and we possibly beat him / took him to the ropes. I think that's boosts the confidence of the team, the morale of the team a lot better than just like you play whoever you get.
Totally. Yeah, the brackets can be ruthless. You might not get to choose. You never know.
Yeah.
CJ hates it, so he's just a hater.
I'm gonna leave it at this. I think this format is trash to watch. The only thing I like about it is the one thing you guys say is that you get to pick the team, and so there's a little bit of strategy of which team you're gonna pick.
You like the strategy, you don't care about the body part.
Yeah, I don't care. Give me Swiss every time, best of threes within it.
Boring.
And let the best team actually rise, because I don't think this is an indicator of the best team.
I don't think this.
I don't think it
You
says,
don't think the
I don't
top
thi-
team should be able to beat the Donnies? That's what you're saying?
I think
come
the
on,
FaZe thing is a fluke. Are you taking FaZe in the next series? Are you saying
Dude,
that-
I don't know if I want to take FaZe versus anybody ever.
Buddy, they were
Facts.
0.3 away from getting eliminated in stage 1 of the major. Yes, I know they went on to get the second place. We
FaZe
don't have
plays
to
everybody
mention that.
close. We know this.
Hey,
Oh, that's such copium.
hey, as a person who wants to preach responsible gambling, FaZe is 101 how to bust your parlay every event,
time.
bro. It's like, dude, I feel like I
Not
can see
ever bet.
everything coming. Dude, FaZe will beat Vitality tomorrow in a 3-0 sweep, and then
Sure.
they will lose to BC game
Yeah.
back to back.
Yeah, they almost
no
they,
sense.
they almost had a chance at the major. Like,
did,
They were
dude.
going to take game 3.
And they were 0.3 seconds away from losing to like the Red Canadians.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
what?
I don't get it.
And
No.
then they slap Navi. It's like, dude, what are we talking about?
It's a warm-up tournament. It's fine. You guys can watch it. This is my Mickey Mouse. This is my EWC.
This is your EWC.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's more valid than
little
actual
lower.
EWC. being.
David's always with me.
They literally just came off vacation, bro. Like,
Yeah,
this is Mickey Mouse.
everybody was on the beach, drinking, hanging out, and they just came back like, we'll
Hey,
play, whatever.
They don't drink or play Dota anymore. They're recovering players. They're trying to get the best.
No, that's just simple.
Okay. CJ, what do you got next? You're saying somebody looks sketchy?
I think Furia is the one question mark around this one that I was worried about, and now I'm very worried about. I think this is the Furia that we saw that was like the T12, T6 team last year, prior to them winning a bunch of events. I think them going to the major and getting bounced is bad. I think they're not passing the eye test. I think there was a couple close 1v1s that they lose that series if they don't get. And so Maldo came up big in some moments, but ultimately I have a lot of question marks around this team right now. I don't know what they've been doing on the offseason, but it doesn't look great.
They've probably been the simple regiment, is what I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there with you. I think, in my opinion, I know Quesarado played really, really well last year, but in my opinion, that's the player for this team that, like, he needs to decide if he's going to be an X factor or not, because I think Maladoy, besides it on like the biggest stages at the major, he definitely fell flat there. But most of the time, you have Maladoy for sure. Fallen's been really clutch as an IGL. He knows what he's doing. Yuri, he's a utility player. He's more of a controller. You can't expect him to be the pop off. Quesarado's got to be the X factor that pulls this team to the top if they're going to be a top team.
No, for sure. To me, the one shining light versus that food series is that this is the first time I've seen them win a series when Maladoy wasn't the best player in the server. And that's usually you saw it at the major. He wasn't the best player in the server. They lost. They got smoked, kicked out. Now, granted, they almost did the same thing versus Foot, but they were able to figure it out. I think Quesarado and the boys kind of pulled it together. And, Yukindar and all those guys, like, they were able to do enough to get it done with an underperforming Maladoy. And he's not, just like Modesty, when they have bad days, they're going to have bad days. They're not going to have bad weeks or bad months. But you got to survive those bad days. And they did survive it, and they can get hot. And it's also scary, too, because if they get hot, they can slap everybody in this bracket. But if they don't, then they are going to get slapped by Parivision or somebody in the first round. Yeah. And there's no middle.
And they had a good Dust 2 T side, which is like really hard to do. So like that was their kind of saving grace. And I'm a believer. Dylan said this a couple months ago, but like when Maladoy doesn't have an op in his hand, that team struggles.
Yeah. It's
weird.
So he has to have an op in his hand. So that's kudos to you, Dylan. You're the kind of guy that picked up on that, but that's a big deal.
I also think with Anubis coming back, that's actually something that I'm curious. We didn't get to see them really play in the first half of the year. So I'm curious what they're going to look like, because we saw Vitality. In my opinion, the biggest reason they kind of came back on the eyeballers, they started running double op. Yeah. They run op on both sides on CT, and that was really game-changing for them. It really helped them bring it back. And that's something to where if you get followed and Maladoy both with ops, those are more than capable guys with that. So I actually think Anubis will be something that will really fall into their favor. But you got to figure it out. You got to play it. You got to get reps in. And it feels like that. I don't know. It feels like they just took a really long off season. They're slow right now.
Yeah.
I've never been a big Furia fan. I think their team definitely has big potential. I agree. Maladoy is like, he's the definition of an op crutch. Either you get the man an op and he can perform sometimes, unless it's the major, and if you can never afford to give him the op, then you're just going down. Quesarado is supposed to be that X factor. I think Fallen has looked pretty good at some points, but for now it just seems like they're not that it factor anymore. I feel like it's one of those momentum things where they were going on that little, was it 4 tournaments in a row they won or 3?
3 out of 4. 4 out of 5.
It's like it's like that momentum boost of like you're feeling on top, you're doing great, you're just playing, you're performing. then they had that major crush, and I think they just haven't fully recovered from that. I think they're just kind of still trying to figure out what to do. I think they still will be a contender, but I don't know if this tournament's going to
Tell between the legs type stuff. For me, my fun little thing from the weekend is actually going to be Anubis is back, and dude, it's kind of fun. That Eyeball Series versus Vitality was really fun. We got to see it played a lot, actually. It's picked way more than Train from the rip. The updates come later today, so you'll know if it's got the new revamp changes. It's updated in Face It. It's updated in Premiere, all the other stuff. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of it. And honestly, like in watching it more, it's probably the map I've seen the most where I'm like, you know what? In hindsight, this is actually a pretty fun map. Like, this is actually nice. I never feel that way about Ancient. I never feel that way about Train. And I will never feel that way about Overpass or Vertigo in any capacity.
Welcome to the team. Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
New straight
Welcome
map.
to the team.
I only hate Train. That's the only map I actually do not
I
like.
hate Overpass.
Furia
Dude,
played-
Vertigo? You like Vertigo?
It's fine.
Oh my
I
god.
It's
hate
terrible.
Vertigo.
Dude, don't say
That is an awful.
It's terrible to watch. It's worse to play.
It is, dude.
Furia picked Anubis twice.
Yeah.
They played it the first 2 times and they won it both times, obviously. And so it's interesting because Falcons didn't. Falcons did not play Anubis at all. So we're probably going to see some combination of that.
Hey, don't worry. It's one of Aurora's best maps. I think they're the best team in the world at it.
Yeah, they are.
I think. Are they
That was
going? You
their
think they're going to
go-to
pull it
map.
out in the playoffs or like?
I think they should. I think they definitely should.
Eyeballers pulled it out.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll take Anubis over Train. I have no problem with that. I don't know. I mean, at least from the pro level, I do think it is exciting to watch it. There is some very unique style hits and stuff that you can do on there, and I like the play around the water and up underneath through. I can't even remember what the call out is anymore. Right there on the when you go through the water into the
Evice.
yeah, up under there. I think there's a lot of exciting things that can be done on those sites, and it's entertaining. Me personally playing it on Premiere, yeah, sure. I mean,
I always play mid on that map, and I hate it. I feel so stuck in mid. There's a lot of chaos around that.
To me, it's actually from like
I have a
a
solution for you.
be back.
Don't play mid.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
He said I always play there.
For me, it's a little bit more of like the watching the pros play it. There's so many different ways to play sites. You drop back on sites. You don't necessarily have to force save every time. It allows for a lot of engagements. Like it does seem like a really, really well balanced map. And to me, as you see up here, it says Ancient is next. When I watch Ancient at the pro level, it's like there's just not that much like to do with it. You end up saving a whole lot like you do on Inferno. If they take long A really quickly and you don't have time to rotate, just chalk it, sit B. And because of the nature of the map, you're going to quick push B, or you're going to set up mid and collapse one side or the other. It leads to a lot of weird rotation. So Ancient just kind of feels very flat.
It's crazy watching pros play Ancient and just they bang out mid so hard.
They
Like
do.
every map, they're just nading, molly, multiple smokes. Like it's just they bang out mid from every direction as possible.
And then they just crash a site, and then 2 people save, and then run it back, and blah, blah, blah. And
Ancient sucks. It's the worst.
it's not that fun to
can't
watch.
give up mid on
that
Ancient.
crap.
Like you just can't do it.
I hate that crap. That's why
have to have
Vitality
some
and
control.
Furia, it's their insta-ban. They don't play Ancient.
And that's why I do hope that I hope it's next. I mean, I know it's probably going to be Mirage, but I just want to see Cash and then Kabul and then whatever that Italy map is. Just bring them all. We want a lot of new maps.
Venice.
Vertigo.
Venice, whatever.
Vertigo.
No, we don't want Vertigo.
No,
Vertigo.
Kabul can stay in the think tank.
Vertigo.
leave that one.
What
out.
if it comes back and it's like the best map?
Well, unless they tell me it's either Vertigo or Kabul, then I'll take Kabul.
I think Kabul is fine if you put
I
a
hate Vertigo.
connector to
Kabul.
rotate in between the 2 sites in the middle of where it is.
that scaffolding up top, you can like.
Something
Maybe
like
I
that.
can
Yeah,
learn to
yeah.
love
It's just-
Vertigo, but I can't learn to
The
love
rotation
Kabul.
You don't know. They might change.
I
it.
would
Unless
take
they
Vertigo
change.
over
The changes for Kabul will be big, but I've seen changes, Counter-Strike map changes, and they're like, yeah, we added a box here.
This corner, you
Good
can
job.
outlook
It took
I
us
did
3
train.
years,
That's what they
and
did
we
train.
added
Wow.
a box here. We tested it relentlessly. This box, game changer.
Yeah, real talk. I was watching some Apex highlights over the weekend. I don't know why randomly they came up. And it was Apex on Envy, and it was about their like major run and everything. And dude, watching old Inferno, while the changes are subtle, they're visually
Well, that one did kind
Yeah.
of get a big
because the
overhaul.
whole pit area and the overhang on the site and the balcony and all of that, like massively different,
Yeah.
like significantly different.
Even Banana used to have like the little overhang area. You could like dip in and go underneath like the pillar or behind the pillars or whatever
Yep.
that went up through there. I mean, that one did go through extensive change, but it's like nowadays it's like they'll take a map out and unless they're fully redoing it like Cash in terms of like graphically, it's like they'll take it out and they'll add like 2 little things.
Dude, the dust tube
And it
blocking
takes
the
them
mid
10
doors,
years.
cheeks update. The only thing they did to that map is block mid doors.
block mid doors.
Yeah, you used to be able to opt from spawn.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like they shut the mid doors. I was like,
Oh,
bro, what are we talking
No,
about?
no, no.
Not yet.
They
You said
literally,
be able to opt
yeah,
from
to be able to opt from spawn.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing?
Davis, what you got?
I think I have talking about Parivision, but honestly, you've already talked about Parivision a lot, so like, there's really not a whole lot to talk about.
Zwei sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, he's here.
Second best player on the land. I mean, I want to see
It's
them
not
play
even been a
Spirit.
land at this point.
Or whatever tournament. Sorry, I want to see them play Spirit.
Dude, I want to see him play
that would be
Falcons.
fun.
For me, I want to see him play
I
Falcons.
want to see them take advantage of the poor Falcons.
They're gonna
and
get smoked
struggling.
by whoever they play.
They're at a disadvantage. I want to see them go
I
after
would have.
their
I
old
would have liked to see them
dog.
play Falcons. Yeah, nah. I want to see them play Spirit for sure. I think that's a big grudge.
Did they take him down? It'd be crazy.
Yeah, but
Like Zwei
I'm
would be
not
once
looking forward to
dog.
seeing anybody play Falcons now because like you just have or not have.
Hey, you're
to.
Are you guys
Beating-
just
you're
trying to
beating
make
a wounded
chaos in the
horse.
comments
I think
right
so.
now? Is that what the hell this is? Like, none of us actually think that this team's gonna beat.
Hey, the real talk is,
anybody.
hey, this update, by the way, what are we going to get in
I'm not saying
terms
they're
of?
going to beat Spirit.
Are we getting an
We'll see 'em.
Anubis collection cases? Is this what's happening?
What?
I don't know.
Anubis collection cases?
Oh,
Take my money. Yeah.
Sure. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? What are we expecting? Final thoughts on this upcoming? I don't know what season this is. 5?
What do we have coming up
Premiere?
next?
This
What's the next
season
event?
3, I
Season
think.
3. Wow.
yeah,
That
this is
was
season
off.
3.
What are we expecting? You're gonna hit 20K. You're
You're talking
gonna
about for season 4, like what we're going to
achieve.
in season 4.
You're hitting 20K, right?
That was
Guaranteed.
super close.
No, he can't get off League of Legends. He ain't getting.
Guaranteed.
I was
20K.
19,200 this year.
You already hit Platinum League. You're done with that game. You got to hit 20K.
No, he's got to keep going. He's not.
What about you, Pat? What are you hitting? You couldn't hit 15 this time. What are you hitting?
He's gonna hit 15.
I
question.
will tell. It depends on where the game puts me. If we go into next season and I get dropped
You got
down
a whole
hard,
year, bro. You got a whole year.
No, 6 months.
my
Or we
problem is like, what new am I going to get for season 4? Besides Anubis, am I going to get some? Like, is anything going to change?
No.
Like, is something going to change?
The battle pass will be 2028 at this pace, so like we got a little bit.
Give me some free skins. You know, I did. I think I did. No, yeah, I did. I bought my first ever terminal skin, like from the unsealed
shoot.
terminals.
What'd you
It
get?
wasn't anything great. It was just like a purple. I don't even remember what it was. That's how useless it must be
Wow.
because I can't remember it.
What are you gonna hit 10K this time?
Oh, we can do it. I think I want to play together.
Because you didn't hit 10K last time, did you?
I think he did, maybe.
I was
play together.
9.5.
9.5.
Yeah, I was close. It's just you get a doom queue at a certain
Hey,
point.
dude,
where
I
red
went
carpet
from.
rolls
we
in.
just need to let it go.
I think my
Red
peak was like
carpet rolls in.
13.7, and then I think I ended up at like 6.7. So it's not good.
6, 7.
That's how I felt. That's what I
Yes.
two zoomers on the other side.
100%.
Also, the IEM Krakows happening and
Very soon.
the week after.
Yeah, week after that. So we're gonna be rolling
Oh,
back into the full season, full swing of things.
Yeah.
These
It's
videos,
simple.
Pat is going to be telling you all about
Simple.
the Discord for you to be able to join.
Yeah.
These are going to be on
I
your
am.
new home, which is where you found them. We'll still have highlights on the main GGN channel, but the long form and some of the highlights will be here, along with predictions and other things exclusive to the Counter-Strike world. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Bye.
Join the Discord.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Goodbye.
Come share your thoughts on Counter-Strike.
See you later.
In the community Discord right now.